On my journey of finding every single skill we need in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, I have covered Saiyan Saga Goku, Saiyan Saga Vegeta, but before we move on to Namek, I'm going to get the rest of the Saiyan Saga skills that we need. And I'm not even going to waste your time, so let's get right into it. First move on the list is the Explosive Demon Breath. And right now, you're probably thinking to yourself,
Ron Hatcher, I don't even know what the Explosive Demon Breath is!
Die.
This right here is one of Piccolo's greatest moves ever, especially from a Dragon Ball game standpoint. This is always his best move from like an early Saga level. And I will enjoy hitting you with this move on Xenoverse 3. Next move I want in Xenoverse 3 is the multi-form technique. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm gonna make a whole other video just on how cloning moves would work in a potential Xenoverse 3. That's gonna be its own video, but I'm gonna drop a little bit of sauce of how I think the multi-form technique could work in Xenoverse 3. The most simple idea I have of this move working will be you making 2 or 3 clones right beside you. And after that, whatever super attack you do, those clones will also do. So, you do a Death Beam, they're gonna do that. You do a Kamehameha, they're gonna do that. You do the Meteor Crash. You get to jump your opponent like a Jujutsu Kaisen character. I know y'all want to do that. Listen, every time I make these videos, I'm making something that I think you guys would also want to do in the game, bro, because I know that I want to do it. I can also see there being an input you could do to spread out your clones before you do the super attack. And there are 2 ways to balance this. Either all your attacks will only do 1/4 damage, or each clone will take up ki. So if you do a regular Kamehameha super attack, that will take up 4 ki bars. Or 3 ki bars if there's only 3 clones. But I could see some insane stamina break TODs just by having the latter, so I think maybe let's just be lore accurate. Your power gets split up by every clone, 1/4 damage, 1/3 damage. Let's be lore accurate for balance sake. But I do think the clones should have their own hitbox, so if you do an attack that hits the clones, they will get one shot. But this could get super cancerous, so to make it ultra super mega balanced, it might do 1/4 damage and still take up 4 times the amount of ki. I don't know. Listen, I want stuff to be balanced, but I do want stuff to also be really useful and fun. But shooting out 4 attacks, depending on what the attack is, can be insane, bro. Literally crazy. And another insane move I want to add to the game is Namekian regeneration. And yes, I mean ripping that arm off and shooting another one out. This move will be like a mix of the quick sleep skill that Majins have and also the revenge death ball that Baby has. Now you're probably thinking, Ramhatcher, how would that even work in an actual game environment? What do you mean by that? I got you, I'm about to explain. So basically in the show, as you probably already know, whenever a Namekian has to regenerate, it takes a lot of stamina. And I don't want the Namekian mechanic to be as strong as Quick Sleep because Namekians already have a natural regeneration and I don't want them to have like times double 2 regeneration. That would be crazy. So we're gonna make this balanced. Basically, I think the more stamina you put into it, you're gonna charge it up the same way you can charge up Baby's Revenge Death Ball, but I guess like instead of building ki, you're like draining ki, or I guess draining stamina, draining your stamina bar. The more stamina you take, the bigger the regeneration buff is. So like if you use up like 10 stamina bars, that is 1 bar of health. And you're probably thinking,
But Ron Hatcher, that sounds balanced, but my opponent can just break their own stamina, and then they can just cheese me by constantly healing and breaking their own stamina. I don't want to deal with that.
Shh, it's okay. I made a video already talking about how they can fix that cheese stuff in Xenoverse 3. Plugging that at the top right there. I know you see it. Check it out if you have not seen it. Look at me naturally plugging in my own videos. I'm growing as a YouTuber. There's something wrong with me. Fucking, this is weird. I'm sorry y'all had to hear that. But yeah, I think this will be like a really cool super attack healing move for the Namekians. It'll be lore accurate, bro. I'm trying to rip off my arm and heal another arm, bro. That sounds sick. But I can't see ripping off my own arm being too graphic, so maybe like my arm just like disappears magically and then I like just regrow one that way. I'll be cool with that too. Next on the list is I'm a top class warrior. And you're probably thinking, Ramhatcher, why do you want this in the game? This is random, bro. Listen, this will be more of a technical move, nothing too flashy, but it'll be very useful in combat. Think of something like Sonic Kick that goes behind your opponent and kicks them in the back of the head. That is a really good move, and I think this move could have a similar function. The next move I want to see is Nappa's Blazing Storm, and I feel like this move low-key looks really cool, but it doesn't even have to be its own move. This could be like an enhancement or like a different input of the Giant Storm technique. It'll be really similar to Android 21's swiping attack, but instead of swiping a beam, you just swipe explosions across the screen, bro. I feel like that would be really sick. And the last move on this list is a move I don't think we've seen since like 2012, 2011, bro. It is Gohan's hidden power move. And as you can see on screen, this is the move that Gohan did when Piccolo threw him at that plateau. But when it comes to the actual function of this move, and by the way, I think this move should be an ultimate, but I think this move should function like Kefla's Gigantic Breaker, where if you do the move close or if you do the move in a combo, it does really low damage, but if you do the move far away, it'll shoot a beam out and do a lot of damage. But that is pretty much it for the Saiyan Saga moves. Let me know any move that I missed from the Saiyan Saga that you want to see in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. And the next skill video will cover the Namek Saga, but my next video that I'm going to upload pretty soon is a Demon Realm race video for Xenoverse 3. I think you guys are going to like that video because I'm really going to try to cook up some really nice ideas for that race. But hey, I'm going to catch you guys later. Keep doing your best because I'm doing my best too, bro. We're all grinding. God bless. I'm going to catch y'all later.